surprised that, wow, it sounds pretty good. Of course, my original idea of the book was a little more serious because I'm quite a introspective person. So there were certain portions of the book which were fun about my teenage and my growing up years, and I said that I think these are a little overextended, and we discussed about it, and everybody thought that it should be interesting for everybody, including the youth and the young generation. So we don't want to make it too somber or serious. And then whatever evolved is what you see in front of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Yash. And over to you, Vishwaveer, if you'd just like to talk about.
I didn't really adopt any journalistic strategy because that's what I thought was kind of going against the book. I remember the first few chapters that I wrote off on a prayer, Ms. Day was very against. So for me it was a journey of trying to find how that I have Ms. Day to thank. It was the first time I've ever written a book, and it's very different from writing an article in a newspaper or in a magazine. So I owe the journey to becoming a writer to Ms. Day, and of course the story of Mr. Birla is something which is an extremely poignant one.
There are any from the audience, and you could just specify who the question is meant for. Thank you.
You can pass on the mic to whoever has questions in the audience, members of the media, questions, anything that we would like to share. Well, before we move on, Shobha, I do have a question. And since you backed the book so very well and you've given it such a wonderful platform, Vishwaveer mentioned that it took the team a couple of months, maybe years to...
Yash Birla, because Birla itself is such a big brand name. In the old days, whenever we watched a Bollywood film where there was a reference to very rich people, and they would always say, "Aap kya samajhte hain apne aap ko? Aap kya Tata Birla ho?" It's that kind of a name. So of course with that there's a huge amount of responsibility that goes with it. We wanted it to reflect his life without any exaggeration, and I think the very best compliment to date that I have received as a publisher, which I don't know whether I've shared with Yash and Vishwaveer yet, is running into Rahul Bajaj, who was a very close friend of Yash's father and also plays a father figure role to Yash even today. And I asked Rahul Bajaj, I said, "Have you read the book?" And he said, "Yes, indeed I have." And I said,